Hi, awesome and amazing patriots. Tonight I would like to discuss the upcoming election. But first, the condition of our country. I am appealing to all Gen Z that are 18 or older to get out and vote. This is the most critical election of our lifetime. The future of our country depends on it. Let's look at what Biden has done. The national debt is at $33 trillion, almost to $34 trillion. And yet, Biden keeps spending your money. We will never be able to pay that back, even in my lifetime. Joe Biden and Democrats have created the worst economy in a 50-year history. So far, we have had over 8.5 million illegals cross the southern border, and more are coming closer to the election. This is intentional on their part. Our streets aren't safe, and it got worse under Biden because of illegals crossing our border, catch and release, and no accountability to violent criminals. So do you think that most of the illegals crossing our border are great family people? Do you notice that most of them are young, military-aged men? While some come for work and a better life, many still come with a violent criminal history. Even knowing this, Rhino Nikki Haley, who, by the way, is also taking large donations from far-left billionaires, defends them all, claiming they are not criminals and that they all come peacefully. Yeah, right. Legally speaking, they are all criminals because they are breaking the law by crossing our borders illegally. It is an insult to those who have come here legally and are now approved U.S. citizens. President Trump was right. Other countries are emptying their prisons and their mental hospitals to send them over our border. Crime has risen. Do you know that in 2023, 123 hero officers were killed? December had a record number of illegals crossing the southern border. Our government gives illegals up to $2,200 a month, cell phones, food and housing, and free health care, while our hero veterans starve on the streets. People are struggling to put food on the table and gas in their cars, but the government is giving illegals your money. And on another note, California's Gavin Newsom has led California to a $68 billion deficit, yet is spending $3.1 billion to provide Medi-Cal coverage to illegal aliens. Tell me what's better under Biden. You can't. Now, on a different note, schools are raising your kids and confusing them. These liberal teachers brainwash these kids and feel they should raise your kids instead of you. Let's talk about parents' rights. Why is that even in question? Only under this administration are kids confused, and teachers and counselors in school are promoting transgenderism and mutilating these kids' bodies. Some parents and teachers are allowing their kids to go to drag shows. These liberals are grooming your kids. We have gay friends, and we love them, but they would never act like this. Thanks to Gays Against Groomers, we are making others aware that these kids are definitely being groomed. Biden allowed transgender people to come to the White House, and look what happened. Biden also had the American flag on the side of the White House, and the LGBTQ plus flag right in front. Biden also wants to groom your kids, but we all know that. Since he's been in the White House, our country has gone crazy. Look at all the anti-Semitism going on across our country. This is because of fake news propaganda. When Biden gave $16 billion to Iran, they had their proxy invade Israel and slaughtered anyone they could. In our country, people would rather support Palestine than Israel. Israel was and is the victim here, and Biden funded their terror. I can't even believe that so many people are saying from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. So, my fellow Americans are calling for the genocide of my people. I am a Jewish American patriot and I stand with Israel. Now, on the topic of the election. Biden has been laundering money along with Hunter and the rest of his family. The rules don't apply to them. They get away with whatever they want. And let's not forget about cocaine in the White House. Can you guess who that belonged to? Now let's look at our country under President Trump. Our streets were safe. We could afford groceries and gas. We had a closed border. We had Remain in Mexico. Violent criminals were kept in prison where they belong. We had peace in the Middle East. And now, none of us are safe anymore. From the time President Trump announced he was running, the Dems have spied on his campaign, accused him of a Russian collusion that wasn't true, and we found out Hillary Clinton was behind it. It was all a setup, just like January 6th was. There was no insurrection either. It was all Pelosi and Soros. These liberal DAs and judges are persecuting and prosecuting President Trump for crimes he has not committed. President Trump is the only president in history that lost money working as our president, and all the others became millionaires many times over. Do you get it now? This is election interference. So far, Maine and Colorado have taken President Trump off the ballot, and other states are following. They are telling you who you can and can't vote for. The last presidential candidate to be taken off ballots was Abraham Lincoln in 1860. They took him off the ballot in 10 slave states because, of course, as Democrats, they were against freeing the slaves. And obviously, President Lincoln won that one, as President Trump will win this one. Joe Biden even bragged about how Delawareans like him supported the South during the Civil War and how he received an award from Alabama Governor George Wallace. Today, they are taking away your constitutional rights to vote for President Trump. The 24th Amendment allows us to vote in any primary or other election for vice president or president. So basically, they took away your 24th Amendment rights. They are taking away President Trump's rights too. They're punishing him and condemning him for an insurrection that never even happened. President Trump loves our country. Biden betrayed our country and all of us. I'm going to give you an example. Treason is the crime of betraying one's country. The 3 acts of treason are levying war against the United States, adhering to the enemies of the United States, and giving aid and comfort to the enemies of the United States. Biden has committed all of these. He sent $16 billion to Iran, and Hamas is funded by Iran. Iran has threatened the United States and is our enemy, but Biden keeps throwing money at them. Biden gave the okay for Russia to invade Ukraine so he could launder money. And stop sending money to Ukraine and use it to support our law enforcement officers and military. Biden has given more money to Iran than to Israel. Israel is our ally. So my fellow Gen Z, let me ask you this. Do you want the chaos that is currently going on in our country? Do you want our enemies to see us as weak? Do you want higher prices, higher taxes, and criminals running on our streets? Or do you want our real president that puts America first, takes care of our allies and our enemies' fear? I think the answer is clear. We need President Trump back in the White House. We are the future. And if you even want a future, please get out and register to vote and vote Republican. Please vote for President Trump and make America great again. I'm going to be interviewing some amazing people on here, and I hope that you'll subscribe and support us and our country. God bless America, God bless President Trump, and God bless all of you. I love and appreciate you all, awesome and amazing patriots. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next time, where I'll be talking about Jeffrey Epstein and the dangers of the crimes he committed.